What's going on, guys? Yes, I am back with an update to a video that I posted yesterday in regards to Shannon Sharpe, and there are some more details coming out. And I knew it once he dropped those text messages that he knew he was in a lot of, not say a lot, but he knew he was in trouble because apparently the woman that he was dealing with, her attorney dropped audio of a conversation they were having. And I think it was when he talked about choking her. I heard one of the clips. There might have been two, but the one that I heard, it looked to me as if he was being sarcastic. Again, I'm not absolving him of anything because I'm really going to get into why men like Shannon Sharpe know better, or they should. Why are you dealing with a 20-year-old Instagram model? Now, that is her on the left. Her name we spoke about yesterday, but her Instagram is She Is Carly. I wanted to make sure I had the right person before I put photos, but this information was sent to me, and he posted a text message exchange that they had, and she decided to drop audio. And again, the audio that I heard of him choking her, he was being sarcastic. He didn't seem like he was going to do harm to her at all. But there were additional details, and we're going to get into those details in regards to what is going on in the part. And also, Shannon Sharpe was trying to settle $10 million he was going to pay this heifer. Shannon, you are a 50-something-year-old man. You're a 50-something-year-old man. Why are you dealing with a 20-year-old Instagram model? Why? You got to use common sense, brother. Even though at 20 she is legally an adult, she's not fully developed socially, and she probably has a lot of trauma that she's dealing with. You know, you don't become an Instagram model at 20 unless there's some trauma there. And you know what she did, Shannon? She dumped her trauma onto you. And the fact that you offered her $10 million, and apparently she must have turned it down because she wants 50. That's crazy to me. Because I don't even think Shannon has 50 million. You know, he was getting ready to sign a $100 million contract, but I don't think Shannon has $50 million just laying around. You see, a lot of you older men got to be careful. A lot of you dudes get on here and you talk about how you want a younger woman, right? Well, you better be careful the type of younger woman you get with, because these people, these 20-year-olds are not socially developed. They will get in their feelings a hell of a lot quicker. You're dealing with a Gen Zer. I mean, on the younger spectrum of a Gen Zer. And this is the problem you have gotten yourself into. Shannon Sharpe is mostly to blame for this, because why are you at 50-something years old dealing with a 20-year-old Instagram model? There's a lot of women close to your age who I am very sure wouldn't be going down this road with you, Shannon. Now, I know that people have put out rumors about Shannon. Maybe he felt like he had to show people, even though no one knew he was dating her, maybe he had to prove to himself that he wasn't a certain way. I don't know, but this is a very weird situation that's getting even more weirder as more information comes out. Now let's get into what's going on, and also I'm going to get into Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith took a time to take a jab at Shannon Sharpe. Y'all know there's been a little bit of tension between them. And I can almost guarantee you that Stephen A. Smith, when he heard about this story, he chuckled, because he realizes that, at ESPN, people were thinking, maybe ESPN is more invested in Shannon Sharpe than Stephen A. Smith. After these recent events, it's safe to say that Stephen A. Smith feels more emboldened in his position, which is why he went on his own podcast and spoke on Shannon Sharpe, basically pretty much throwing him under the bus. But let's get into it. Shannon Sharpe continues to find himself entangled in scandals, and the acts are becoming increasingly challenging to ignore. As previously reported by The Root, the NFL veteran is being sued $50 million for abuse of his former girlfriend while they were in a 2-year relationship. Again, why are you dating? Now, mind you, the girl is 20 now. How old was she, Shannon, when you got with her? Defending the interactions as consensual, the retired Hall of Fame tight end and ESPN commentator immediately struck down those accusations and called it a shakedown from the former mate. With each new development, eyebrows are being raised about his off-camera behavior. According to a new report, Sharpe's attorney Lanny Davis revealed that an NFL veteran previously offered $10 million to the alleged victim to avoid the case becoming public. In a press conference, Davis provided additional context around the $50 million suit filed by ex-girlfriend Gabrielle Zuniga. The multi-million-dollar offer was made during mediation conversations this past month, but Zuniga walked away from the offer. It was a big shock to us when suddenly this case was filed without any advance warning, Davis said. Recently, Zuniga released a recorded conversation where Sharpe can be heard saying, "I'm going to effing choke the bleep out of you." Zuniga filed a lawsuit on Sunday in Nevada through her famous attorney, Tony Busby. The former couple met at a gym in Los Angeles in 2023 when she was 20 years old. So they met when she was 20. So now she's about 22, 23. She began the consensual relationship with Sharpe, later allegedly citing controlling and physical abuse. He demanded complete control over her time and body. Busby issued a statement expecting her to be at his house on his schedule at his command whenever he called, according to the suit. In late 2024, she attempted to end the relationship with the nightcap host, which allegedly led Sharpe to assaulting her. She claims the abuse occurred again in January of 2025. According to new reports, the accuser confronted Shannon about the alleged January 2025 assault, referencing newly released text messages. In one message she wrote, "I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it into her backside, and you didn't listen." In a follow-up message she added, "I don't care about our history. It's no means no." Shannon. Oh, man. You want to talk about the perfect lawsuit, man. Sheesh. Shannon, I don't know what to say, man. Like, it's getting difficult to look at this as just a shakedown when black and white messages she's sending you. All right, she has all her ducks in a row, which is why you offered to settle. You offered to settle, which means you know you was guilty of something. I'm not saying of everything, but something. You ain't mediating nothing unless, you feel some guilt in the situation. And my thing is this. When you look at the text messages that he put out, they were doing race play. Right? Was the messages she sent part of that? He would have to prove that. Even though this girl is 22 now, right? 22, 23. She knew exactly how to gather up all the information in regards to you and her. She could have walked with that money, but Shannon, I don't think it's about the money. I think she wants to ruin your life. I don't think it's about the money anymore. I think she wants to ruin your life. She wants to see your life destroyed. She wants to see you done the way Diddy was done. Because she could have took that $10 million and walked away. But she doesn't want to see you be successful for whatever reason. I surmised that maybe it was Shannon who walked away, and that still could be the case. But I don't believe that she is just some victim that's speaking. I believe that the truth is in the middle. Just like I said in my previous, the truth is in the middle. That's why I believe if there's more information in regards to her, he needs to put it out there. The internet has been rattling with commentary about Sharpe's behavior. Comedian Clint Coley said Shannon Sharpe would start messing with this girl when she was 19 back in 2023. Sharpe is a 55-year-old man. That is not cool. And as a father of 2 girls, he would have to see me. Another thread commenter posted unpopular opinion about the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit. I guess black men do not mind being disrespected, belittled, etc., as long as it's not coming from BW. One commentator posted, what's happened to Shannon Sharpe is an orchestrated dragging. They came through to tell him via genuine people on his show that he needed to stop effing with young girls. Let's see. Now I'm going to get to what Stephen A. Smith said, because, you know, it's very interesting how he went on his show to speak about this. A guy who's basically his coworker. Stephen A. Smith says his bosses at ESPN are currently mulling Shannon Sharpe's First Take future in the wake of the explosive lawsuit that had been levied against the ex-NFL star earlier this month. On his Stephen A. Smith show Tuesday, Smith stated that he recently had a talk with ESPN honcho Jim Pitaro, who told him, we are taking this matter very seriously. Now, this could be this could be like a counter campaign, you know, ESPN speaking through Stephen A. Smith and basically having Stephen A. Smith go out there and say, hey, we're taking this matter very seriously. Okay, we're looking into it. We're not going to let him off the hook. We're looking into it, and we want to make sure that this matter is handled, right? That could be what this is. Smith said, Pitaro added, we are looking into this very, very closely, and once we gather as many facts as possible, we will go from there. Smith admitted he had no idea what that means for Sharpe, but it certainly seems pulling the Pro Football Hall of Fame off ESPN's airwaves while the civil case plays out in court is on the table. Maybe that's what they should do. At least to show that they're being serious, right? I think this whole thing does need to play out. That's why I say if Shannon has information, because it seemed like he was in a race play relationship, which is nuts coming from Mr. Pro Black. That's what's kind of like ironic about this situation, right? Shannon Sharpe is kind of, you know, when he was on Fox Sports, he was Mr. Pro Black, right? And then you in a race play relationship with a 20-year-old. That is a bad look in itself. But then you got the details. Again, the truth is always in the middle. I don't think she should be sided with because she's a young female, because we know young heifers lie too. They lie. So I think that Shannon Sharpe needs to really make a change in his personal life, because he does have a history. And that is why this lawsuit could stick. Smith told his followers he was hopeful that wouldn't happen. He said on the show, I'm wishing that his innocence and all this stuff goes away and he continued to thrive with me on ESPN. But again, he seemed to think there was a possibility it could go down. Sharpe joined Smith on First Take back in 2023. After the latter recruited him to the network in February 2024, he signed an extension to remain alongside Smith on the program. He appeared on both Monday and Tuesday's episodes of the show, despite Jane Doe filing her suit on Sunday. Sharpe and his legal team have been adamant he committed no wrongdoing and have stated they believe the suit is nothing more than a shakedown. I will say this. He might need to get better attorneys, because if his attorneys were advising him to settle quickly, instead of fighting it. I mean, Jay-Z didn't settle quickly. He fought that to the end. He sent Tony Busby home with his tail tucked between his legs. But maybe because that case had less merit and less information and less evidence. But if your lawyers already were telling you to settle and not fight this, I don't know how this case is going to go. But he needs to start fighting back. He needs to put information out there. He better get some private investigators and better start working quickly, because this 20-something-year-old heifer here, she's out here trying to play chess. She's recordings, text messages. So we'll see. Let me know what y'all think in the comments section. Let me know, like the video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out my other previous commentary on Shannon Sharpe. I'll link that in the description box, and I'll see y'all next one.